Welcome all, welcome to this lecture of Java, that is Object Oriented Programming 1. This subject basically focuses on Java. So today we will be taking an introduction of Java. Let me show the disclaimer first. Okay, so let us get started now. So basically, what is Java technology? Java technology basically is a programming language. Okay, it is also a development environment. Yes, it allows you to do development. We saw in last lecture that it has got Java C command. Java C command is used for development, and Java command is there, which is used for running your programs. So it is used by the user also. So it's not only used for development, but by the Java users, any Java application user also. An application environment, it also provides an application environment where your application, Java application can run, and a deployment environment. It also provides a deployment environment where using which you can deploy your web applications. Okay, so this is Java technology. It is a programming language also. It also provides various kinds of development, application, and deployment environments. Okay. Now, if we take Java as a programming language, then it can create all kinds of applications, and that you could create using any conventional programming language. And if we take Java as a development environment, then there is a large suite of tools available, like a Java compiler, Java C command is there, and Java interpreter is available using Java command. A Java documentation generator is there, which can generate the documents uh, directly from the link, directly from the comments that you have given into the Java program. So if you have given documentation comments in Java program, then your document will be automatically generated with the help of this Java doc command from the source code itself. A class file packaging tool and lots of other tools are available, which are available as a part of Java development environment, as a part of JDK that we saw right yesterday, right? Then Java is an application environment also. It allows Java application programs to run on any machine where JRE is installed. Basically, Java runtime environment should be installed. Okay, so this JRE is the environment where your Java programs will run or Java applications will run. Okay, and it also provides a deployment environment where basically first JRE it was supplied, is supplied by Java 2 SDK or JDK contains, right? It contains basically a complete set of class files for all the Java packages, right? So basically the JDK that you get when you install Java, the JDK gets installed, and you get a complete set of class files, basically for doing operations which are required for basic language classes, then GUI component classes, advanced collections, APIs, and all those classes are available. Okay, and second is a web browser where mostly all commercial browsers supply Java interpreter and runtime environment. Yes, browsers also have JRE installed inside with them, right? So browsers can also run this Java interpreter, and they can run the Java programs on it. Okay, and for that we use applets and all. Okay, so the way Java works is, we have seen this, yeah, we saw this thing last time, that there is a Java program. There is a Java program, and that Java program is given to compiler, and that creates a .class file, and that .class file is given to interpreter, to run, which will actually run the program and give you the output. Okay, so this is the way Java works. Okay, then Java's magic is the bytecode. This dot class file is the Java's magic. That's called the bytecode file. That also we saw. So we had seen this hello world application, right? So check this out. This is the first sample program in core Java by James Gosling. Yes, James Gosling had created this particular program. Sorry, not this program, but this programming language itself. Okay, and suppose this is class greeting, and this is a salutation is a, what is this? This is called the instance variable of this class. Okay, and then there is a constructor inside which we are passing. In this constructor we are passing a variable, a parameter, which will be assigned to the salutation, right? And then we have a greet method where we pass some value to it, and that value basically is a string variable which will be printed using salutation and this parameter. Okay, and then this greeting class ends. So this is a simple sample hello world application. And see, what we have done is we have done this greeting. See, firstly you saw a very simple program, but this is a kind of advanced program. Here we will be using two programs. One is greeting.java file and another is test.greeting.java file. So this test.greeting.java file will be using greeting to create its object. Okay, and this greeting class is publicly available. So it can be used by test greeting. Okay, and this greeting class has got a variable called as salutation, which is private and of type string. Okay, and that salutation's value will be assigned to it when we call its constructor. So when the constructor is called, when the salutation constructor is called, whenever new greeting object is created, right? The string that is passed, the parameter that is passed to it is assigned to the salutation. So while creating the object of this greeting class, you assign the value to salutation variable, and then there is a greet method where you pass some name, and that name will be printed with the salutation. Okay. And this code will be accessed. This code will be accessed in test greeting. So in test greeting, check this out. What is happening is here in this test greeting class, we have got this main method. We saw last time what is this signature of main method, meaning of the signature. The meaning of the signature is something like this, that public means that main method can be called by anyone. Specifically, when we say Java and test greeting, at that time this Java interpreter is invoked by the operating system, and that Java interpreter will invoke this test greeting.class file. Here .class extension is not needed while running the file. So when we say Java test greeting on the command line, this interpreter, Java interpreter, will run this basically main method. So in order for this main method to run by this Java interpreter, it has to be publicly available outside the class. Okay, so that's why it is declared as public. Second thing, it is declared as static. Why? Because the Java interpreter should not need to create an object of this class. So what it will do, it will directly access this main method like this: test greeting, that is the class name dot method name, and then whatever parameters are passed to it. This is how the Java interpreter will call it, by class name dot method name. Why? Because static methods can be called using class names only. You don't need to create its objects. Okay, and then this void keyword is there. This void keyword means main does not return anything. Main is the name of the method, and it accepts arguments. Which are these arguments? These arguments are coming from command line. If you give some arguments from command line, then those will be coming over here. For example, let me show you. If we run this command like this, Java. So okay, let me show you how do we compile it. So there are two phases. First is compilation phase. We say Java C test greeting dot Java. This is how we compile it on the command line. Okay. Now, if you want to run it on command line, then what do we say? We say Java and test greeting. Okay. So this will basically invoke Java compiler, and it will take this file and will generate test greeting dot class file. What it will generate? It will generate a dot class file, and that dot class file is used over here. Okay, that dot class file is used over here along with this Java command. So this will invoke Java interpreter, which will access this class file and run that class file. Okay. Okay. So when we say Java test greeting, right, what it will do? It will directly access this main method. It will run this main method of this test greeting class. Okay. Who will run that? This Java interpreter. Okay. So when this main method runs, okay, when we pass, if you pass some arguments, we can pass some arguments to it like this. Check this out. We can pass some arguments like this. When we say Java test greeting, suppose we pass some names to it like ABC, XYZ, right? So what happens is, this will invoke, this Java command will invoke this class and will pass these values over here as what? As a string array of strings. This is a first string, this is a second string. In this way, two strings are created, its array is created, okay, and that array is given over here to this args. Okay, so right now we are not passing any parameters, so just what we will see is, let's see how we use this greeting class in test greeting. So check this out. Here we say greeting hello equal to new greeting hello, right? So what will this do? This will invoke this greeting controller, sorry, not controller, constructor, greeting constructor. Constructor creates an object, okay, and this hello is passed over here as a string, okay, and then a greeting object is created. Okay. So there is a greeting object inside the memory. Inside memory, what happens is a greeting object gets created. What is the name of the object? The name of the object is hello, and the class is greeting. This is how greeting object is created, and inside that greeting object we have a variable called salutation, right, to which the string hello gets assigned. Okay. So on this line, when the when the controller, or sorry, when the control is executing, when the Java interpreter is executing this line, after this line you will get this object in memory. This is how your object gets created. This is just a model of the object. Okay, this is just a model of the object that gets created in the memory. Okay, obviously we know that variables, you people will be knowing that variables require some memory location, right? So in memory they have some place to get stored. Similarly, Java objects also get stored. So this is just a model to imagine how a Java object will be. Okay, it's not that exactly it looks like this in memory, but this is how we imagine it, right? That there is a hello variable that is of type greeting. So it is basically a Java object variable. Oh, okay, that's a Java reference variable. This hello is called as a reference variable, and inside it, it has got a variable called salutation of type string, which has got this value hello. Okay, Understand? How do we create this object? How is it created? This is what is the state of that object right now. Okay. When we say hello.greet world, so we invoke on that hello object, we invoke this greet method, okay, where we pass this string world. So this greet method of this object gets invoked, and this world gets assigned to this whom. And when we call this method, this world is get passed over here, and then it executes the system.out.println, where the salutation is concatenated with space, concatenated with whom. So this will create a basically a string like hello, then space, and then world. Okay. This thing creates this particular string, okay, and that is printed out. See that? So last time we saw just very simple hello, right? Very simple hello world. But now we are seeing an advanced hello world where we are using a greeting class, having some variable inside it, having a constructor inside it, having a method inside it. This is how we invoke the constructor and we create its object. This is how we invoke its method, and then we get the output. So this, okay. So this is how your test greeting is, okay. And if we see this, what is the system.out.println? This is basically your output statement. Now, what is the system? Basically, see, out here is a static variable defined inside the class, so you can directly access it. So you can see you are accessing like this system.out. Remember how I told you how this main gets accessed by Java from interpreter? It gets accessed like this. Test greeting, that is the name of the class, dot main method. This is how it gets accessed, right? So this out variable is of static type, and that's why it is directly getting accessed like this, system.out. System is a class, and inside that class we have this out variable, which is of type print string. And this print string class has got a method called println, which will print. Right? Print string is what? Print string is a class which is defined inside java.io package. Right? So you remember in the previous slides I showed that the Java is an application environment. Also, it provides you with various packages. So this is one of the packages that we have, java.io, that gives you lots of classes that you can use to do input output. So this is one of the packages, java.io, which is by default available, and the system class is available in that java.io package. So since this class is available, you can print using that class. Understand what I mean to say? The print string basically is a class available in java.io package, and there the println method is declared, which we are using in order to print onto the screen. Okay. So see what happens when you compile and run the test greeting program. When you compile test greeting program and you say java c test greeting.java, greeting.java is compiled automatically. Why? See, we are compiling here. You will say, sir, we are compiling test greeting.java. Why does greeting.java get compiled automatically? Right? This would be the question that you people would get. These are two different files we just saw just before some slides. Right? There are two files. One is greeting.java and another is test greeting.java. If you don't remember, let me show this code. Here it is. This is the greeting.java file, right? And this is test greeting.java file. Okay, this is one file, test greeting.java, and this is another file, greeting.java. Okay, so when we compile this file, when we basically compile this file, this also automatically gets compiled. This is what happening right now, because that file, that class is using greeting class, so it needs a class file of this, an object of this. Okay, that's why what happens is out when you compile test greeting.java, greeting.java also automatically gets compiled, and when you run this application, Java test greeting. So that will run the test greeting class, and it will locate common compiler and runtime errors. So this is how it you locate the error. See, when you say test greeting.java is running, when you say Java and Java C and test greeting.java, when you say Java C and test greeting Java C test greeting Java, right? When you say this code, so basically Java C is a it invokes Java compiler, which will convert your this Java file into this class file. This Java file is converted into class file, and so this test greeting.java file needs the greeting.java file. So that's why it is automatically compiling that greeting.java file also, and it will create greeting class also and test greeting class also. Okay. And then when you run it, how do you run it? You run it by saying Java test greeting. This is how you run it. Okay. See, Java and the class name test greeting. So make sure, see, check this out. Here the file name is test greeting, the class name is also test greeting, so the test greeting.class gets generated. Here the class file name is also greeting and the class name is also greeting.class. So make sure whatever class name you keep the file name also same as that. The file name of the Java file should be similar to the class name. Please make sure you follow this practice. Okay. Then only it will be easy for you to run the programs. Okay. So here also you can see test greeting is the file name and same is the file class name. Greeting.java is the file name where greeting is the class name. Okay. So what happens when you say Java test greeting? This will invoke Java interpreter, so it will invoke JVM. So it will load this test greeting class and also the greeting class, because test greeting class uses greeting class. And this JVM can run on multiple platforms. That can be a JVM of Unix or Linux, that can be a JVM of a DOS or a Solaris or some other OS, it can be Java OS or Solaris or Windows or any other system. You see, this is how you run your, this is, yes, last time we saw that it is compiled once and run anywhere, anytime. It means you run the same .class file, these two .class files can run on any of these machines. It can run on Linux machine, it can run on Windows machine or DOS machine, it can run on Solaris. Any of these machines, on any of these machines, these class files can run. Even though if you have compiled it in any other OS or any other platform. Okay. That is the best part of Java. Compile once using Java C, which also compiles this greeting, and then you run Java by saying Java and class name, which will also load this greeting class. Okay. And this can run on multiple platforms. This is the best part. Okay. And there can be various compile time errors that you might get. For example, Java C command not found. Okay, you might not get Java C command on the command line, right? And for example, you can get this kind of error like greeting.java4 cannot resolve symbol method print L. So here what you've done, you instead of using print ln, you have typed the method as print L. That's why you're getting this error. So make sure you don't do this kind of errors, minor errors. Okay. So if this this error is there, command not found, then you have to make sure that your Java C command is found in the command line. Okay, so let me show it to you. If I open a command line, this is my command line. Okay, and here I say Java C How do I check it? I say Java C minus version. What do I say? I say Java C space dash version. Okay, so this will give me the Java C version currently installed on my machine, and so this is basically giving you the the version of Java compiler. Okay, where is it present? This compiler is installed when Java was installed. Okay, and it was put in the path variable. And then I say Java and dash version. You see this version is coming in, right? This is our, so the Java C version and Java version both are same. So see, Java C version is the JDK version or Java compiler version we can say, and Java version is nothing but Java runtime environment version, okay, or the JVM version that you will be using to run the program. Okay, so make sure both the versions are same. Okay, so there won't be any issue, right? And in order to add this, once you install, see, I will show you where does it get installed. Your Java program basically gets installed in C drive. You have program files inside which you have folder Java, right? Where is it? Check this out. This is where, when you install Java, it will get installed in C drive, program files, Java folder. Okay, and this is the version. These are the folders. One is the JDK folder, another is JRE folder. So see, JDK is, this is needed for development, whereas this is only needed to run the program. That's it. If you have a ready-made program, a Java program or a Java application, then you need only this part to run it. But if you want to do a program, you want to make a program, run it, debug it, test it out, deploy it out, then you need JDK. Okay, so whenever you install, make sure you are installing a JDK part, not only JRE. There are JRE installations also available for Java. There are JDK installations also available for Java. Make sure you install JDK only, not JRE. Okay, guys. So here in this JDK, there is a bin folder. Check this out. These are various folders available in JDK. Bin, DB, include, JRE, lib. So in this bin folder, all your applications are provided. These are installed applications. See, Java C is an application. See, Java doc is there. Java command itself is there. Right? There are lots of applet viewer is there. Java H is there. Java RMI is there. Java packager is there. Right? Lots of applications are being installed when Java has been installed. So this path, basically, this path that you are checking over here, okay, this path, C drive, program files, Java, JDK bin. This path should be there inside your path environment variable. Then only your Java command or Java C command will work properly. So make sure once you install Java, you copy this path of up to bin directory. Okay, up to bin directory it should be there. Okay, you copy this whole path, copy it out, and where you will set it. So let me show you. You will go to this PC, okay, and you can go to properties, or you can go to the properties of your PC. So on this PC, right click and click on the properties. And here, when you right click on this PC or your my PC or my machine and go to properties, this properties part will open, and here what you have to do is you have to go to, check this out, you have to go to advanced system settings. Okay, click on this. Okay, click on this and get to see system properties, inside which there is advanced tab, inside which there is this environment variables button. Okay, so you have to go over here to set the environment variable path. Okay, once you have installed Java, then make sure this path variable has got that bin folders path, so that your Java and Java C commands can run easily. Okay, so check this out. When I click on this environment variables, I get this two types of variables which I can set. One is the user variable, the admin user is there, and another is system variable. So I would recommend you set your Java path over here directly in system. So see, there are two variables. There is this variable path in user variable part also, and there is a variable path in this system variables path also. So the system variables apply to all other users also, whereas this applies to only your single user, admin user, the user with you, with what you logged in, right? So check this out over here. There will be a path variable. Here it is. See, this path variable is there. If I click on it, if I double click or else I click on it and click on this edit button over here, it will show me that various paths are available. These are the various paths that have been put as an environment variable. And here, check this out. This is your JDK bin folder path. So this is how your bin folder path would have been there. Okay, so what if I remove this? Check this out. If I just remove it, I delete it. Okay, I'm just deleting it. I'm saying okay, okay, and okay. So now let me run the command prompt, and now I say Java C minus version. Example, what is it giving? It is giving us an error. Java C is not recognized as an internal external command, operable program, or batch file. So this is not a recognized command. You see that? Because we removed that path from the path variable, it is not there. It is not working. So now what I will do, I will again copy that path. I will go to the C drive, program files, Java, JDK, bin. So I will copy this path. C program files, Java, JDK, bin. I will copy this path. Okay, and I will go to the advanced system settings. In that I have environment variables. Okay, I go to environment variables. In that I have this path variable which I edit, and here you can see there is now no Java path, right? So I will have to edit over here. So I will say new, and here I will paste it up. So once I pasted it, right, press enter, and now I say okay. So now it has been added to your path variable, and then again I say okay, and here also I say okay. Now I don't need to access the variables. So now if I try to run this, this will not work still now. Why? Because you're still using the older command prompt. So what I'll do is I'll close this command prompt and I'll restart the command prompt, and here I will say Java C minus version. This will work now. So check the version of the Java C command and it will report it to you. You see this? So this is why you should set up the path once you install Java in your machine. Make sure once you install Java in your machine, you have set up this path, and also once you set up the path, you open a new command prompt and check this code, check this command to see your Java C, that is Java compiler's version, and also Java dash version, so it shows you Java interpreter's version or Java runtime environments version. Make sure these two commands run on your machine properly, okay, and make sure the versions are also same. Fine, that's what I wanted to. So once you've done that, then this error will go away. Command not found error will go away. Okay. And if this kind of errors come, then make sure you people would not have typed it properly. So since if you are typing first time or you are making Java programs first time, then these kind of errors are bound to happen. Okay, so make sure once you type your program, check your program properly and see where is the error. So now there is a concept of using IDE. There is a concept of using IDEs. Now what is an IDE? IDE is basically an integrated development environment. Okay. This integrated development environment provides you with lots of features to run the project, to deploy the project, to debug the project, and those kind of things are there. Okay, so you can use any IDE like NetBeans, you can use IDE like Eclipse, you can use Visual Code, Visual Studio VS Code, right? Any IDE you can use. Okay, I don't mind. I don't have any issue with whatever IDE you use. I'll be using NetBeans and also sometimes Eclipse to show you the demonstration of how you can do programs in both. Okay, I can even use VS Code if you. Okay. See, this is how your error comes. Okay. Then there are some other errors like this public class test greeting must be defined in a file called test greeting, and in that way, right? So these are some of the errors that might come during compile time. And if runtime errors are there, then it can be something like this: can't find class test greeting because this class name would not be available in class path. Okay. The way we have defined path, there is also something called as class path. Then there might be an exception coming in the main. So we'll learn what is our exception. You will learn when we go further. Okay. Don't worry about it if you are not able to understand what is it exactly. These kind of some errors might come. Okay. Okay. So see that this kind of exception may also come. No class definition found, but the actual class name would be something like this, and you might have used something like this. Okay. Actually, sorry, you might have used something like this, which is wrong. This is the actual class name. This is the correct class name, and this is the wrong class name. Okay, so that was about simple. Now let's see what is JVM. Okay. Basically, what is JVM? We discussed yesterday, right, that we have two things, JDK and JVM. Now, JRE, JDK and JRE. JRE invokes JVM basically. So JVM basically provides you hardware platform specifications. JVM can be machine specific. You can get a JVM for Windows, you can get a JVM for Linux, that way. Okay. So what does it do? It's basically it reads the compiled bytecode. Obviously, when you compile the Java program, it gives you a bytecode that is a class file, which is nothing but which is platform independent. Okay, and it executes it, and it is implemented as a software or in some places hardware. Okay, and it is implemented in a Java technology development tool or web browser also. Yes, JVM can be a separate development tool. As a separate development tool, it can be installed, or it can be installed as a part of web browser also, so that your Java program might be running in a browser. Okay, but the browser has some limitations in which you can run the Java programs. Okay. So this is the definition, that it's an imaginary machine that is implemented by emulating it in software or real-time machine. Code for the Java virtual machine is stored in .class files. You know that .java file is converted into a .class file after compilation, right? Basically, JVM provides you different definitions for instruction set, CPU register set, class file formats, tag. So these are all things that are taken care of by JVM, like stacks. If a method is called, suppose there is a method 1 which calls method 2, which in turn calls method 3. So in this way, what happens? There is a stack getting building up. Method 1 calls method 2, method 2 calls method 3. So if a control has to return back from method 3, it will not directly return back to M1, but it will first return back to M3, M2, from M3 to M2, then the control will return back to M1. In this way, control will return. Okay, and then the garbage collected heap. We'll see what is this garbage collectible heap. Okay, and it will also deal with memory area, class file format, whether it is defined correctly or not, register set, right? All those things are dealt with by JVM. instruction set of CPU, how to deal with CPU, all those things are dealt by JVM. Okay. So what is JVM? We need JVM in order to run your Java application. As simple as that. JVM is nothing but a memory area. Okay. It's the area in memory. Okay, okay, sorry, that is memory area. And in this memory area, you can run your Java programs. And on top of it, this is the main memory. This would be a main memory of your CPU. Okay. CPU's main memory, RAM that we say. Inside the RAM, you have a memory area specifically allocated for running Java programs, and that area is called as what? JVM. Okay. And how do you invoke this JVM? By Java command, right? And these are various programs that can run inside this JVM. That's why it is called, Java is called a secure language, because your Java programs will run only in JVM. Those will not run as standalone programs. It will run only, first a JVM will be invoked and then your program will be invoked. It's like that. Okay, understand guys? Okay, so I think that's it for the day. Let's call it the end of the day, and if at all any doubt, people can ask me. Okay, so I'm getting some queries over here, like what is function of constructors. Okay, Harshit, I will go much deeper into the constructors when we learn about classes and objects, but right now just make sure understand that constructors are used to initialize the objects. Okay, so for example, see, up to now what you have done in C programming, you would have used structures, right, where you have only variables. But now in classes you have variables also and functions also to access those variables, right? And you can make those variables private, and you can allow only to be accessed through methods, right? So constructors are a way in which will allow you to initialize some value to those variables. Okay, so we'll see it more properly when we basically go deeper into classes and objects and constructors and all those things. Okay, am I clear, Harshit? Jaishankar has asked the difference between Java and Java C. Okay, Jaishankar, I think it should be clear with you now what is the difference. Java C is a Java compiler, it invokes Java compiler, and Java is the invoking the Java interpreter. Okay, Java C invokes Java compiler, which takes input as Java file, Java program, and gives output as a .class file, right? Whereas the Java command itself runs an interpreter and takes input as class file, and it gives the output of the program to the user onto the either on the console or onto the web browser. Okay, so that is how it happens. Okay, so I will now stop the recording. If at all any doubt, we can have interaction.